The second lesson I would say is dream big, start small, and start now.
So dream big,
start small,
but start now.
Yes.
So no time to waste.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I said, when we had the MOU, we did agree on the minimum monthly subscription fee. To some, they wanted a higher one so that we can stretch ourselves. Others felt they were not yet there. So, but we did come to an agreement. So one of the other things we learned is with the ladies, you set yourself up for success if you get the consensus and get at least the majority to agree. So I would say we were also at different seasons in life as women, but we did come up with a figure that we said, this is the one we're gonna start with. And when we started, we did try our first project, which was we purchased 2 plots of land. It felt like the mountain. It felt like we were moving a mountain that time. And if I am not wrong, it was going to cost us 600,000 to get 2 pieces of plots. But when we started off, we did it, there are some who wanted us, first of all, to get the money accumulated and all that. But we said, you know what? We need to be able to get off just talking and act so that we can also get something tangible on this vision. And so we went out, and that's the time we also started learning about land purchase and what you need to do, where do you need to go, what papers do you need to sign. We also did begin discussing on what are the basic minimums on investments, so it was really learning as we go. The other advantage we did have as we kicked off, we have a diversity of professions amongst us. We have business people, lawyers, doctors, accountants, name it. So the diversity of the professions as well helped in making things a bit more interesting and thinking things through. So that first project to us was a mountain, and a huge mountain. But in comparison to our net worth currently, it was an anthill. Yeah. But at that moment for us, it was really difficult. And that's why I say we need to dream big, because we had a big vision. But this was a very small, there are 2 small plots. But then we did go ahead and stretch ourselves, put together the money, made the purchase, got the title deeds. And I think by the first year or the second year, we were already proud owners of the first 2 plots. So it was a proud moment for us to say, you know what, at least we've kicked off, at least we have something to show for it. And it's also motivating when you do get such a project has been successful. So starting at that young and somewhat you don't have information, the government systems were also not very kind to us because we didn't know who it is that you should go to and what you should do. But eventually we learned, and we were grateful that we actually took that step to take it. But I must say that it also came about because of the connections we had done. We started networking with people who deal with land. There was one organization, Vineyard Properties Limited. We did work with an agent there, and their principles of running business, they supported our vision, and they had clean dealings, and we were able to just go ahead, and they walked with us that journey. So it was important for us to also realize who should we link up with, who can we trust, and how can we go about so that we're able to accomplish the vision that we had. Yeah.
So so let me just sum up some of the lessons we've just done.
Yes.
So number 1, you're saying it's important as a leader to have a clear vision.
Mm-hmm.
It looks to me like you have to be so persuaded about this vision,
yes,
so that when you sell it, it is sellable.
Yeah.
And people also can quickly see what exactly you are trying to do or what you're saying should be our goal as we are going ahead. So the power of a vision is very important.
Yes.
Then number 2, you've also said to us that it's important that you dream big, start small, and start now.
Yes.
So do not waste time,
Yes.
when you're trying to start out something, and don't worry about having big money or big resources. The important thing is dream big, have a big vision of where you're going, but start now and start small. Start right where you are. Don't postpone, don't procrastinate.
Yes, and I would also visualize it like if you're driving in a misty sort of road.
Yeah.
So you're going, say, to the mall.
Yes.
But it's misty. You can't quite see the whole path to the mall. So in as far as you can see, then make that move. As you go ahead, then whatever you had dreamt big, you start seeing how it is that you can move ahead. So sometimes we want to see the whole picture and how it's going to be, but it took taking the risk of let's try this, let's take a step. As we move further, then we got more insights and more clarity on what we need to do.
Then let me pick up on something else you said.
Yep.
You've talked about the power of connections. Because I see that even just for the group to start, they were connecting things. And then as you started the project, you needed to connect to Vineyard. So in other words, you want operating as a silo.
Yes.
You didn't know everything. Just talk to us a little bit about how important connections are to leadership.
First of all, even as a group, because we have diverse professions, like I said, when we had meetings, you'd realize the other person has something either you personally need or is crucial for the organization.
Yeah.
So we started also learning the art of networking, one, amongst ourselves, and two, with also outsiders. So for instance, if we needed financing, we had several bankers amongst us, and they would give us a view of what it is that we needed to do. When we were going to sign contracts, we had lawyers who were part of the team. So they would then explain to us what kind of government procedures would need to go through for us to, complete the deal. So, and there are times when we had to connect with, say, surveyors or city planners, and we knew somebody within the team who knew someone. So in terms of leadership, you can't be the know-it-all. You need somebody else who knows something, and for you it's to learn that art of connecting with them so that you can get what it is that you're looking for. The more you interact with people, the more they give you even better ideas from compared to what you had in mind in the first place. So connection for a leader is critical. You cannot live as an island. You can't operate as an island. You must learn how to identify the connections that you need and how then to grow that connection to mutually benefit each other.